right, so when most guys go ahead and they say, my biceps aren't growing, what's the strategy to go ahead and grow it? Their main strategy is going to be, well, let's just throw in some more volume. I'm doing 2 exercises right now for my biceps during a workout. Let's try adding in a 3rd exercise and a 4th exercise. Yeah, it may have a little bit of an effect, but it's not really truly impactful. Instead, what they should be focusing on, as you're able to see here, is taking their intensity level up. What you're able to see with these 2 bar graphs here, the first one is an example of pretty much how a lot of guys tend to train. They push their sets about halfway to failure, maybe a little bit more than that, but they're not getting nearly close enough to that failure point to actually stimulate hypertrophy or muscular growth. So one of the first goals that you guys should have is to adapt the training strategy of the 2nd bar graph there, where your intensity is closer to that point of failure to stimulate muscular growth. Now, the second solution that you should begin implementing in your biceps training right here is going to be the quality of your repetitions. As you're able to see in the first area here, this is pretty much, if you were to rank most guys' form out of 100, this is where they're falling in. The quality of the form is really, really bad. Now, the third area we're gonna focus on is going to be your time under tension. Now, most guys, when they perform repetitions, each rep will take them about 1 second. Now, what we wanna do is actually to increase that time under tension to about 2 to 4 seconds on every repetition. Mostly, again, we're gonna wanna focus on that eccentric phase that is gonna cause those micromuscle tears, so that the next day, guess what? Your body is going to repair that and build it bigger and stronger. Now, when it comes to the routine, which we're getting into right here, what are gonna be the best exercises? Well, there's actually gonna be 2 heads of the biceps as well as an extra bonus area. Not really necessarily part of the biceps at all. Actually, it lays in between the biceps and the triceps. This is the brachialis, and this is actually going to help to push those biceps up. But first, let's start with the short head of the biceps, the inner heads, and this is the 21s. Now, here's how you properly want to execute this exercise. You can see the form, you can see the tempo here. What I'm thinking, again, with every exercise is never, let's just lift the weight up, put it back down. Rather, about contracting and flexing the muscle or the area or the head of the muscle, in this case, the short head of the biceps, the inner portion, to actually activate it maximally. So to perform this one, you're gonna be doing 3 different movement patterns for 7 repetitions each, which will total 21 repetitions. So the first portion of the lift, 7 repetitions of the bottom half of a bicep curl. The second portion immediately after, 7 repetitions of the top half of a bicep curl. And to finish it, for the full last 7 reps to create 21 repetitions, 7 repetitions of a full range of motion bicep curl. Now, as you're able to see here, this is the improper way, the way that I see a lot of guys performing this exercise in the gym. We've got terrible time under tension. They're quickly bringing the weight up, they're dropping it back down. They're using their back, and in doing so, incorporating momentum to help them to lift the weight and reduce a lot of the load off of the biceps. My brochachos, today we're gonna be taste testing the all-new Oxyshred Ultra Energy in a can. This is Guava Paradise. Phenomenal, I got the name right. So I'm gonna crack this open. You'd wanna drink this right before a workout. Take advantage of the energy. It's ultra energy, right? Give you that caffeine you need. So let's taste test this. As always, it's incredible. Really good. It's got that sweetness, but it's not too sweet. Like if you have a caffeinated energy drink, such as the popular ones out there, it's got that like taurine, like you can really taste that. This tastes totally natural. It's smooth. This is delicious. The energy here, there's gonna be 0 crash after you're done this. If you ever had like a traditional energy drink, such a crash after you're done. The caffeine high, because there's a lot of natural ingredients that are used to make this. 0 sugar as well. Taste is A1. Hey, if you want to get your hands on this, it's delicious. I'm gonna say this too. It's actually good with a mixed drink as well on the weekend when you're resting. If you want to grab yourself some of the Oxyshred Ultra Energy in a can, there's gonna be a link in my description. Use code Barbarian for a discount. Grab it before they're sold out because, man, this is gonna go quick. Let's get in the rest of the content. Now, exercise number 2 here to hit the brachialis, again, that muscle that lies in between the biceps and the triceps, we're gonna be implementing some bench spider curls. So while you're laying down on the bench here, you're gonna have your arms straight out in front of you. Now, when you're bringing the weight up on the contraction phase, you don't need to focus on spending too much time there. But once you're at the top of the range of motion, that's when you're gonna add in a iso hold for about 1 to 2 seconds, which will engage the brachialis. From there, you're gonna begin immediately lowering the weight with a nice nice 2 to 3 seconds negative or eccentric phase. Now the reason we're doing these slow repetitions is because this is how you actually target and activate the brachialis. When you're doing more of those quicker repetitions, you're going to incorporate more of the biceps brachii as well as the brachioradialis and incorporate a lot less of the brachialis. And the reason we're choosing to do these bench spider curls, say versus a preacher curl, is because you're going to be able to maintain constant tension on the brachialis as opposed to a preacher curl where at the top of the range of motion a lot of the load is removed from the biceps as well as the brachialis. Now our third and final exercise to hit the long head or the outer head of the biceps is going to be some cross-body hammer curls. Now when we're performing this exercise to incorporate more of the long head and less of the brachialis, we're not going to be going with super slow repetitions. However, we are going to focus on avoiding those really quick repetitions that aren't going to put too much of a load on the outer head of the biceps. Now here's the improper way to perform this exercise. So you're going to be just quickly bringing those dumbbells up, dropping them down, bringing them up, dropping them down. The reps are way too fast. Additionally, there's a lot of cheat repetitions, a lot of body English. You want to avoid doing the exercise as such. Instead, as we're able to see here, the tempo has been increased, but again, we're not reaching to that 3 to 4 second repetition here because again, that will incorporate the brachialis. However, a nice 1.5 to 2 second repetition will be beneficial. So for maximum results, I suggest that you repeat this routine 2 times per week. Give yourself 48 hours worth of rest at least in between each one of these workouts so your muscles can repair and grow bigger and stronger. If you try and put them each day, one after the other, you're really going to be diminishing all of that hard work as you're not giving the muscles the time that they need to actually grow. So there you guys go. That concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed that one. Hey, if you made it this far, be sure to comment down in the comment section, guava. Oh, it's showing right there. 1, so I can see who made it this far, and 2, we can confuse everybody in the comment section when they ask, why is everybody commenting guava? I've actually never tried the fruit, but based on the way that this tastes, I'm gonna have to try that. Also, if you wanna try out the Oxyshred Ultra Energy in a can, again, there's a link in the description. Code Barbarian will give you a discount. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button down below, and also be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification icon. I'll see you guys in the next video.